10 easy annual flowers to start from seeds. Sweet alyssum seeds may germinate in as little as 4 days, maturing quickly to produce masses of tiny fragrant flowers for your spring garden. Start them indoors 5 or 6 weeks before the last frost, or outdoors after frost. You don't need to cover the seeds, just sow them thickly and press them lightly into the soil with your finger. Use a spray bottle to keep the seedbed moist until the plants germinate. This annual doesn't enjoy the popularity of sunflowers or marigolds, but Celosia's unusual blooms that may resemble brain coral or feathers deserve a featured spot in every sunny garden. Although the seeds are tiny, they have a quick and high germination rate, and the plants may even self-sow in favorable areas. Start the seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. Sow 3 to 4 seeds per pot. Press the seed lightly into the soil to ensure contact and keep moist. Cosmos flowers are as tough as nails from the day they germinate until fall's first frost. Plant them once, and then watch each year for the ferny foliage that will let you know the self-seeded plants have volunteered in your garden again. Sow them directly in the sunny garden anytime in the spring. The plants know when to germinate, so these flowers are truly a no-brainer for beginners. Hyacinth bean is a beautiful flowering vine that's easier to grow than a weed. This plant will cover your chain-link fence or pergola for the summer, without self-seeding everywhere or becoming a nuisance. Push the plump seeds just under the soil's surface when day temperatures average 75 degrees Fahrenheit and keep them evenly moist until germination occurs, about 10 days later. The vines will be a source of interesting pods and flowers for the vase by late summer. Although Impatiens seeds are tiny, avoid buying the pelletized version of the seeds covered with a substance that makes them easier to handle. This coating slows down germination considerably. Impatiens need light, warmth, and moisture to germinate. Sow seeds directly on top of the soil indoors about 2 months before the last frost. The well-branched plants will light up your shade garden all summer. Planting directly in the garden is less practical, since the plants take quite a long time to mature into flowers, about 3 months. Most of the familiar garden varieties of marigolds fall into one of 3 species. Don't be intimidated by the hard seed coats of morning glories. Just soak them overnight in warm water, and plant the swollen seeds under a 1/4 inch of soil indoors 2 weeks before your last frost. Make sure the transplants have something to cling to when you set them out. Are you a night owl and not a morning person? Just swap morning glories for moonflower seeds and get the same results. What's not to like about nasturtiums? They're edible, they scramble over eyesores in the landscape, they have interesting foliage and brilliant flowers, and they thrive on neglect. The size of peas, nasturtium seeds are easy to handle and plant. But they don't like transplanting much, so stick them in moist soil in a sunny spot as soon as the danger of frost is past. Or, start them indoors about 4 weeks prior to the last frost. There's a reason these flower seeds are included in every pre-packaged children's garden kit you've ever seen. Sunflower seeds are raring to go as soon as a child's pudgy finger pushes them into warm, moist soil. These seeds are best started directly in the ground outdoors, as the seedlings get large and gangly fast in a little jiffy peat pot. If you must start them indoors, give them a strong light source to keep them stocky. If you like the look of dahlias but don't want the fuss, grow zinnias. This is the way to go if you want an entire cutting garden of ruffled blooms from one packet of seeds. Zinnias are eager to germinate and perform in your summer garden, but the trick in getting them to grow is to give them warm conditions. They will wither away from damping off fungus in your cold spring soil. Plant them outside about the time you set your tomatoes out when evening temperatures average 60 degrees Fahrenheit. You can start them indoors a month before the last frost if you desire earlier blooms. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.